What's up, everybody? This is the Chocobros Podcast, where we talk about all things Final Fantasy. I am one of your bros, Dan, and over to my left, or I guess in front of me, is my other bro, Brandon. Say hello, Brandon.
For fuck's sake. It literally, like, you introduced it like it was like an NPR show.
This is NPR. It's NP Chocobro R. Alright, so this is our first episode, or actually it's going to be part one, because what we're going to do is have two parts. For some of you over at the Fathers of the Grind podcast, you know who I am.
I have no clue what the fuck you're even talking about.
No, you don't. Some of you know who I am. You also know Mark and Clayton, and we've been trying to get this off of the ground. And it's been a little challenging trying to schedule everything. But some of you didn't know that I was actually talking to my friend Brandon here for a while before that, trying to get a podcast going. And I told him to join in so we can actually do separate episodes. So what we're going to do is sometimes it's going to be Brandon and I. And then if we can't do any episodes, then it'll be Mark, Clayton, and I. And obviously Mark and Clayton couldn't join me, so I am here with Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
That's Brandon.
That's me.
So yeah, we're going to talk about Final Fantasy. The first episode, what I wanted to do was kind of do an origins. I want to talk about why I like Final Fantasy and just kind of what our association is with Final Fantasy.
I used to like Final Fantasy and then realized that it's complete garbage.
Yes, because you're a fucking curmudgeon. But yeah, so kind of make it an origin episode. You can tell we're going to discuss just, the beginnings of our interest towards it, or I guess Brandon's used to be interest.
The origins of my relationship with Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Yes.
So we'll just get into it, and then we'll discuss other things at another time. But I guess, do you want to start or
no?
God,
no.
Actually, the story with mine is interesting because, interesting to me.
Is it interesting?
It's interesting to me because it involves you.
We'll let them decide.
They're not going to find it that interesting, but it's interesting to me because you're actually the reason why I even play Final Fantasy.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know if you remember.
I don't remember a goddamn thing. I don't remember a goddamn thing about my origin. Never mind yours.
Exactly. I don't remember my middle name sometimes. But it was Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII. That was when I went over your house one time. You were playing Final Fantasy VIII. You were on the Cactuar Island.
That sounds about right, too.
You were fighting some Cactuars.
As I am wont to do.
And I had no idea what Final Fantasy was, and I found it quite interesting.
This is a confusing part about your story. How did you not know what Final Fantasy was? Because my first Final Fantasy was 7, and that's all we talked about in fucking high school. I went to high school with you. How did you not know what Final Fantasy was?
I mean, I obviously, if you did, and, I would have to believe you because I don't remember.
That's ridiculous. 7 was like my life in whatever fuck grade we were in back then.
Well, and again, because of you, I don't know if you remember, you let me borrow your Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7 was actually the first one that I played front to back. Good. But 8 was the first one that I was introduced to, that I actually even played at all.
So did we not hang out that entire year after 7 came out? Weird.
I have no idea. I mean, you probably did talk about it, and I was just like, whatever.
I think you're fabricating this origin story.
No. This is definitely the origin story. I do remember.
Fabricated it with an embarrassing origin story.
I do remember when I was a kid going to Funko Land, seeing the cartridges for Final Fantasy 3, or should I say 6, because in America,
yeah, we all know
it's 6. So, well, some people don't. So fuck
off.
Fuck off. But yeah, I remember seeing the cartridges and seeing the words and seeing the little Moogle on the, on the little sticker that's on the cartridge, but I never, just for some reason I never bought it. But I saw you playing it, and you got up to go do something, and you're like, hey,
probably
fight some... Yeah, probably. And you're like, hey, fight some Cactuars. All right. So I fought some Cactuars, and I was like, this is amazing. I don't know why. I'm just fighting these little cactus dudes, but this seems really cool. And then I think I remember renting 8 from Blockbuster. Some of you kids don't know what Blockbuster is.
The concept of renting
you can
is
Google.
Probably familiar.
No, they don't even know what that is.
Don't they know what that is?
No, they don't know anything. They don't know what Blockbuster is. Google Blockbuster.
Well, wait.
But yeah, I remember renting 8 and playing it, renting it several times because it's an RPG and it takes many hours to finish, and I never did. But then eventually, once I actually gained interest in Final Fantasy...
Wait, I was hardly listening. What game did you rent? Was it 8?
It was Donkey Kong.
No, I'm saying because you said you never finished it. Which...
Yeah, no, it was 8.
Okay,
yeah, it was
okay,
8.
Sorry, I'm with you now.
Yeah, okay.
I'm back.
Thank you. Yeah, I never finished it, but then eventually you let me borrow 7, probably because then at some moment it clicked where I was like, oh, you talked about Final Fantasy 7. Let me try
and
that
I was
one.
probably offended that you were playing 8 before playing 7.
Well, whose fault is that? You were playing 8 when I came over. You should have played 7. So, exactly. I win, bitch.
Yeah.
So yeah, then you let me borrow 7. I played 7 front to back. It took me a while to play it because I didn't want to finish it. I got up to the crater where you go fight Sephiroth, and I just kind of try to do all the other side quests and everything. I could not beat the weapons though. I couldn't beat Ruby or Emerald.
Shit!
I just wasn't there.
You were a bitch.
Yeah, I was a bitch. I wasn't there. I wasn't mentally.
Dude, I beat
prepared.
Ruby without doing the bullshit Phoenix trick.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh shit,
like, dude, I was fucking pathetic back then. Like, that game was my life. I just fucking came home every single day and played that until like fucking Dragon Ball Z was on or something, and then I'd go right back to playing it.
Oh, Toonami. I miss Toonami. Dragon Ball Z was on Toonami.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But yeah, that's when that's Final Fantasy 7 is my first full Final Fantasy that I played through front and back. Yes, but 8 was my first one. So, and that was because of you. So you are the one that exposed me to this wonderful series, and now you're the jerk that no longer loves it as much as I do.
That's because it got terrible.
Sure, I guess that's your opinion. You're allowed it.
10 was the beginning of the end.
No, 10 is amazing. It's very linear, just like 13. But whereas 13 fails, Final Fantasy 10 succeeds with amazing characters and an amazing story.
No.
Yes, it has a very, very good story.
Incorrect.
It has a very good story.
That game is trash.
Yeah, you're stupid. I don't even know why we're doing this podcast.
Because we need to balance it out. Because you're this like wide-eyed optimist about this garbage series, and I'm the counterweight.
I just pointed out a con. I said Final Fantasy X is very linear. That is a fact, and I'm pointing it out. That's a con.
Yeah, but linear isn't like inherently bad.
Well, no, but I mean, to me,
your criticism was be a compliment.
To me, because like it's 80% linear, just like 13. That's a con to me, but the things that compensate for that is the story and the characters.
The garbage story and the garbage
I also
characters.
like the combat. I like that you can switch out characters on the fly.
So your amazing characters are fucking like Waka?
Yes.
Waka and fucking Titus.
I do like
Titus,
weird white Jamaican accent dudes.
And
dudes with half pants that look like Ellen DeGeneres. So,
God, that game is trash.
Okay,
what was her name? Lulu.
Lulu.
She was the only good character in that game.
Yes, she has a nice dress.
I don't know if I was referring specifically to her dress, but I thought she was like the coolest character.
It was actually cool. I mean, her dress is cool looking. It's like looks like a bunch of belts. She's very goth, and she carries around a doll.
Classic Final Fantasy belts,
yes.
buckles, and
exactly, and zippers. Don't forget zippers.
Can't forget about the zippers.
Yep, Nomura. But yeah, that was my first Final Fantasy, and that's my first memory of it, involving this guy over here, this cranky son of a bitch.
Yep.
But you said, I've asked you already before. You said you didn't exactly. You don't remember specifics.
I don't remember it in as much detail as you just went into. My older brother played RPGs a lot back when I was growing up, so I watched him play 6 a lot, and I never. He was a piece of shit, so he never let me play it. I would always try, and he'd be like, "You can't have one of my save slots." It was a whole fucking thing. So I remember playing the very beginning of Final Fantasy VI like a million times. Like I would get the Magister armor, all that bullshit. Watch that intro scene where whatever.
In the snow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I watched that scene a million times because I always just started from that spot. And then when Final Fantasy VII was coming out, I ended up getting it for like my birthday or some bullshit. I don't remember what month it came out, but it was either Christmas or my birthday. And yeah, and that was roughly it. Like it was everything we talked about in school. Like I'd go to fucking history afterwards, and me and Mike would just talk about it all day.
Mike,
not Mike. Yeah, I'm not fucking giving his last name.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just, that was my life. Every single day I would go home, I would play that. I 100% of that game before 100%ing things was a thing. But
and
I got
you didn't
every
use
piece
the
of
workaround for Ruby either.
Nope. I did everything legit.
That's intense.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I put hundreds of hours into that game. I was a fucking loser.
No, we were kids and we didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah, I wasn't like dating girls or anything because I was a fucking loser. Exactly.
Well, I mean, like, what grade were we back
I don't know.
in
That was
90?
90 whatever.
Yeah.
We were old enough to be fucking with girls, and I certainly was not.
Sure, if you say so. Well, I mean, 7 came out in 1997. So.
Oh shit. All right. Well, I was only 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I guess I wasn't trying to fuck.
Especially especially if you got it like that year.
And not like you kids now are already fucking at 12. I guess back then it was different.
Yeah, exactly. Stop having babies. You're ruining the world.
Fuck it. I don't care.
But yeah, so I mean that's 7. So you played it, but that was the first one that you played front to back. Was the first one that you actually ever played? Period.
Yep.
Well, I mean technically 6.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty cool. So I mean, it's pretty close. I mean, you know, like 7 was the one I played almost all the way through, but you know,
fucking Hollywood over here getting text messages in the middle of a podcast.
Listen. So what is your, if you even can sum up the thought? Do you have a least favorite? Like, is there one that
least favorite Final Fantasy?
Yeah, is there one that you could say I dislike because of this at all, or?
Oh man, after 9, I loved 9.
9 is very good.
7, 8, and 9 were phenomenal, and then I went back and played 6 fully. 6 is really, really good. 10 is garbage. 11 was bullshit. All I did was farm fucking wild onions or some bullshit.
But you played 11 though.
I did play 11.
We did play 11.
I played 11 for like a month off and on, and like I got into a party once, fucked up my what do they call it when you were like chaining abilities or whatever? Is that what it was?
Skill chains?
Skill chains. Yeah, some bullshit like that. I fucked that up once on some beach. Some dude yelled at me, and I was like, dude, fuck this. I was like, I'm done with this garbage.
That was the worst thing about 11.
People were fucking pieces of shit. They had no patience for someone learning how to play the game. Even though I was in like a beginner's area, they were just like, "Fucking do your job," and I'm like, "Fucking, what am I doing?"
It kind of was a job. To be honest.
It was a job, but when you're fucking just learning how to do it, and I just learned what a fucking skill chain was.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was frustrating.
It required too much cooperation, which is actually why I really like 14, because it's the antithesis of it. It's literally you can go out on your own, do your own questing. You don't have to party with anybody, but I think except for like big bosses,
it's still that same MMO bullshit though. Like it's like,
well, sure,
you go up to a dude, he's like, oh, go kill 10 of these fucking things and get something that drops 50% of the time and bring it back to me. It's like, fuck off. Like, how many times am I gonna go and collect some bullshit?
Find me some chocobo feathers.
Yeah, it's like, fuck off.
But I mean, that's just MMOs, right?
Yeah,
I don't play them often enough to know if there's other ones that have, done it better. But I mean, but again, that's 14 just in general at least opens it up where you can play by yourself, so where it sort of feels like a single player game.
As far as MMOs go, I hear that is a good one, but that's just not my style. It doesn't click with me. I
did buy it for the PS3 when they fixed it and released it as A Realm Reborn. I had it for PS3. I actually got the collector's edition. That thing was fucking like $80-$90.
How fucking cool are you?
Well, not that cool because I haven't even played the game in like 2 years. But I mean, at the time, I don't think I had anything to play, and I was excited about it. So like, I was playing it and I was enjoying it. And I was actually like, I felt like I was doing more in it than I was in 11. And then I don't know, something obviously grabbed my attention and I stopped playing it. So plus, I mean, it has a monthly fee, and it's like that's not really my style of gaming.
Paying
every month. I want to buy a game and I just want to play it.
Fair enough. Paying isn't my style of playing video games.
No, it's
fair
enough. Not that I'm for free to play. I mean, those have their cons depending on the game.
Everything's situational,
obviously. But so you said you don't really have a least favorite.
Everything after 9 is equally.
So you
terrible.
Never played 12?
I played 12 for like literally maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
But I watched people play it a lot, and like I got in there and there's fucking like arcs floating between me and fucking enemies. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And like after 10 I had no fucking patience.
The arcs offended you.
Everything offended me. And like, well, after playing 10 and fucking hating it, and I like, fair enough, like I didn't hate 10 as much as I'm making it out to be.
Sure.
But like I got halfway through that game like 3 times. I got to like the fucking Comlands or whatever.
Okay.
And my file corrupted.
When it actually opens up.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
But my file corrupted in that exact spot 3 different times, and I was just like, fuck this game, I don't even like it anyway. And I never went back. But and then after that I went to 11, And then I heard that 12 was it's like a single player MMO, and I was like, fuck off. I'm not like, this series is fucking trash. They don't know what they're doing anymore, and I'm done.
12 was weird because it does have the gameplay style of an MMO where you actually see your characters, the enemies are on screen, you approach them, and your weapons come out, and you start fighting them, and that's what the arcs are for, to show you what enemy you're targeting.
Was 10 still random encounters without seeing the enemies?
Yes.
All right. For some reason, I pictured 10 having bullshit on the screen too.
No, 10 was random encounters.
Oh yeah, because you fucking all right.
It was still turn based.
Yeah. No, I know.
Which. I liked the gameplay in 10 because I liked that you had to switch characters on the fly because some characters had strengths against certain monsters. Like, say you were fighting a flan, which are weak to magic, and say it's like a water flan, you had to switch to Luna to cast some sort of thunder spell, which would just destroy it in one hit. So, I just kind of liked that because it allowed you to use all the characters.
10 controlled like the random and the turn-based battles were basically like 7, right? Like you had all the characters at your disposal. You didn't have to switch. You
didn't have to, but for a good part of the beginning of the game, when your characters are leveling up, you want to utilize that.
Okay, you swap in characters.
Yes.
Swap in and out characters.
Literally,
I thought you were talking about like in Final Fantasy 13. How you literally take control of one character and then have to switch to anher.
Oh, no.
Like hot swapping.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So if your party was like Titus, Waka, and
motherfucker, I said I
Kumari, and you swap Titus with somebody.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked the combat because it emphasized using all the characters. Because in a lot of RPGs, I mean, I don't know if you're the same. I tend to use the same people.
I find my favorites and I stick with them generally.
So, because I mean, I don't see a point going to other characters if the ones that I'm using work. So,
unless you're unless you're trying to prepare for inevitably at the end of the game where they fuck you and make you use specific characters and then they're like under-leveled and you're fucked. I always try to kind of keep everyone to some degree.
Or if one of them dies, and no one sees it coming.
One of them dies.
Yes. Spoiler alert. Eris dies in 7. For all you dumb kids that don't know that.
Oh yeah, they'll find out.
Which is funny because I mean, when I played 7, I had no interest in using her. I don't know why. I
liked her.
I didn't latch on to her. I liked Tifa.
Well, she had that fucking like pole, and she hit people, and it's like boom. Like it
was a lot pong. Yes,
it seemed really ineffective. Just audio wise.
Yeah, it did sound not very strong. So, all right, well then that's cool because I mean, so basically everything after 10 you don't.
Yeah, I mean, I
sort of 10, but not really. Yeah.
So 10's garbage. 12 I didn't give enough of a chance to really sit there and say that it's the worst one.
You've played 13.
13 I made myself not hate. Like I played that game all the way through and I was like, it's really not that bad. Like it's really linear and like when it opens up and you're in that, what is that big open area? It's not even
to be honest, I don't know the name of it. Well, no, it is pretty big, but compared to like 10, for instance, like the Calmlands in 10 are actually pretty small compared to 13's open area.
Either way, like that area it was so like desolate. Like there was nothing to do there. There was nothing interesting. But whatever. But I made myself actually kind of enjoy that game. Like I didn't hate the combat system. Like it was interesting. It was an interesting take on turn based. And so I didn't hate 13, but 13.2 was fucking hot trash. Like they changed
too much
everything.
Pink and purple.
Well, they changed everything that I fucking love about Final Fantasy, which is like, hey, we're going to, and like granted all the stories are a little incomprehensible and a little bullshit, but at least they're telling you a story. In fucking 13.2, it just felt like it was too open-ended, like with like a million different endings.
Time travel.
Yeah, well, they were just like, well, people were upset about how linear it was, so we added all this like bullshit multiple endings and like you can like tackle things in whatever order you want. It's like fuck off. Like this is Final Fantasy, just tell me your story. And don't give me being like, oh, well, I got the 13th ending instead of the fucking good one. It's like, fuck off. So I didn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, that does make sense. I mean, I think I who knows in the development, like where they were at, but I wonder if they knew they were going to do Lightning Returns when they did that. Because the ending of 13.2 is literally just the world and the timeline is fucked. Literally just to set up them making a third game. Like it's literally just, and I never actually even played Lightning Returns because
I don't know much about it at all.
It concludes the 13 series, which I mean I don't think anyone cares that there needed to be a conclusion.
No. If they kept making games, even if they made them in the same vein as what 13 was, the first one, I would have kept playing them. But like they were wildly different. every single time. It's like, I'm not going to continue a story if you're not even taking the story seriously by giving me multiple fucking endings. Like, what do I care?
I think that was the problem with Square-Enix at that time. Like, the PS3 era and Final Fantasy was kind of like just all over the place. Like, they were just like, we're doing this thing. 13 was supposed to be on PS2, but then the PS3 came out, so then they rushed the development over to PS3. And I think that's why it took so long, because they had to make a game quicker than it needed to be. But that's why it was linear for most of it. I think because they had to sort of rush to get something out there, that they pieced something together, which, they did a decent job. Like, it has a good battle system, but it wasn't as open as probably that they really wanted to, which is why they had the time to do it with 13.2.
Yeah.
Because 13.2 is a little more open, but again, the story is all over the place.
Yeah.
I've expressed my opinion on that game in the Fathers of the Grind group.
So what is this group? Just fill me in
real
quick.
It's Derek and Tim.
Who the fuck are Derek and Tim?
Well, they're the guys that do this podcast called Fathers of the Grind.
Gotcha.
They are fathers, and it's just them talking about games.
RPGs specifically?
No, just games in general. Well, they're dads and they don't have a lot of time, and this is kind of their outlet to discuss games.
What are they grinding? What are they grinding out?
Life.
It's the grind of life.
It's the grind of life,
not the video game grind. All right.
No, they got kids. They got busy schedules, and that's their time to get together and just bro out and talk about video games. So.
All right.
But they're cool guys, and there's a lot of cool guys in the group, and they know me, Mark and Clayton, like I said, as the Final Fantasy bros. So this is something that they kept asking for, and I wanted to do it anyways. And here we are.
How'd you find this group? Did you just
it was through Kind of Funny.
No,
it was through Kind of Funny. Like, Kind of Funny. I'm pretty sure all of us were in that group at some point, and then they started doing their own thing and left that group. And I just went over there. I think Clayton invited me. I'm pretty sure Clayton invited me. And I don't know. I latched on to them because I think our personalities are pretty similar. We're all kind of sarcastic and joke around with one another, and they're cool guys. So they're just easy to have a conversation with.
No, I gotcha.
Except for Derek, he's the worst. So, and so is Crank Flark. So you don't know who that is. No, he's just as bad as Derek, if not worse.
Sounds good.
But they're just cool guys, and they said they want to listen to our opinions. I'm sorry, you're not getting Mark and Clayton's opinion, but
you're getting mine, motherfuckers. You didn't know who I am.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting my friend Brendan's here. In case you didn't get it from the conversation earlier, talking about Final Fantasy during school. I mean, we've known each other since fourth grade.
I think even earlier than that.
Yeah. Well, we weren't actually speaking to each other. We weren't friends.
We shunned you before.
Yes,
then,
you did shun me. Yes. Yeah. But I think you and I became actual friends around fifth grade.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So that's why we're here talking now and talking about Final Fantasy.
We're old fucking curmudgeons in our 30s talking about old video games. Or I guess new video games.
Yes.
We could be talking about, what's the next one?
15.
Ugh.
But yeah, so I guess to sort of sum up, 13
put
is
a bow on our origin story.
Yeah, 13 is my least favorite. I don't hate the game, but I don't think the story is good. And to me, story is very important. I don't think the story makes much sense unless you're reading.
Dude, 10 stories was garbage.
It makes sense though.
It makes sense if you take the time.
It makes sense
to
sure, but it makes sense in the context of the world that they're explaining. They're actually. And
I'm sure someone could explain you 13 story in a way that makes it a little more comprehensible.
But a lot of 13 story is through what are they fucking calling games when you pick up the files that you read? There's a term for it, but there's a lot
of audio logs.
Yeah, audio. Yeah, basically, if that's it, we'll just use audio logs. There's audio logs in Final Fantasy that explains the story, and that's fucking stupid. Because an RPG shouldn't rely on audio logs; they should just tell you the story. It's like you're my fucking dad or mom telling me a bedtime story. Well, you to tell me the story.
I think it makes sense to some extent if a story is so dense. You don't want exposition for hours and hours and hours. You want to be able to find that stuff and ingest it at your own leisure.
But the main bullet points I want you to tell me, the main bullet points in 13, I literally don't even remember what that game's really about.
Well, me neither.
Other than Falsey and Lassie and when you become a Falsey, if you don't achieve your goal in life, then you turn into a lassie.
I don't fucking know.
And
but like,
then you turn into a monster or something.
But like, what was Ten's fucking like? Jecht was a monster. Like, oh man, Titus was such a whiny bitch of a character.
It was something to do with Yu Yevon. Yu Yevon it's usually that god bullshit where like there's a god and he wants to destroy the world, but like it had to do with the summons and Yu Yevon. And every time a summoner went on their pilgrimage, they basically had to kill Sin and they sacrifice themselves, and then they become Sin. I mean, it's fine. It's an RPG. It doesn't actually really make sense, but
so yeah.
But like, I actually remember a lot of the story in 10. Like, a lot of it clicks with me and resonates. And again,
so it came at the right time in your life and whatever for you to actually.
But I like the characters though.
Who?
You don't. No, I do I like the characters.
You are wrong.
I feel like I don't mind them as much as in 13. Not that in 13 I mind them, but they're not memorable to me. Like, except for like,
I think Lightning was a cool fucking character.
She wasn't bad. She was like the female version of Cloud, which I get why.
Which I like.
Yes. So she's cool.
Like, she was fucking badass, and she didn't fuck around.
Her gun sword was kind of like a futuristic version of the Gunblade, which is cool because Gunblades are awesome.
Yeah.
And Saz was cool just because he was like.
Which one was he again?
He's the black dude with the little choco chick in his hair.
Oh, with the
and he had the guns, the pistols or whatever.
Yeah, he was alright.
Yeah,
he had that like son that like.
He was looking for his kid. So it's like
kid. I hated that.
He's just looking for his son, man.
No, he was alright, but who was the...
Everyone hates Vanille and Snow.
Snow was terrible.
Yes.
I didn't hate Vanille.
Some people hate Vanille. I don't know why. I didn't necessarily have a problem with her, and I didn't even necessarily have a problem with Snow. I just didn't think they were memorable characters.
Snow was like the typical douche. Like,
what's that typical douche? Please explain.
It's Snow.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not. Yeah,
exactly. You don't have an answer.
I'm not informed enough to have this conversation, but I do remember hating that guy.
Okay, well, that kid, you mean?
Whatever. They were all in their like 20s. They all looked.
Well, no, Snow was like a kid, I think, or like a teen.
They talked like about them,
sure.
But it was like everything like bullshit. Like they were in their fucking 20s.
Sure. And then Snow was like the bro dude. So he was like, whatever, he's fine. I mean, Troy Baker, he's a great voice actor.
Yeah, there's nothing to do with the character, though.
No, but, he was a bro dude, and he wore, like, a trench coat, and that's cool, whatever. And then Fang, I literally had no opinion on Fang. She, like, had a cool vibe about her, but, like, it just didn't resonate. I don't know. So it didn't, like, the combat...
13 clicked more with me than 10 did.
Yeah.
But I still have zero memory of the actual story.
13 does have a great combat system. I like it a lot. I just don't like the way that they named. Like how...
I prefer regular turn-based combat to what they did in 13. I just thought 13 was interesting. I didn't hate it.
Yeah. I just didn't like them like changing the... Maybe it would have looked weird because of the style of the game, but just call it like warrior or black mage or white mage, not synergist and whatever, like scavenger,
sentinel or some bullshit.
Sentinel, like that for some reason irked me, but like it wasn't a big deal. Like I got used to it.
Because you learn it quick and it is.
Yeah, but I was just I'm so used to like the typical
Saboteur.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so used to like the typical like classes of a Final Fantasy character. Yeah. So but yeah, so I mean, 13's my least favorite, but I don't hate the game. There's aspects about it that I like the least out of all of them. Yeah, pretty much. So, aside from 11,
but I'll take it
because 11 is a fucking. I don't even. It's just it consumes way too much time and it's stupid, and I don't want to party with anybody.
Yeah, just MMOs just don't work for me. Yeah.
Well, all right. So I guess that's kind of our origin.
Yeah.
Right? So,
interesting shit.
Yes, extremely. Well, Brandon was saying how he thinks everything after 10 is garbage, but then he said he doesn't actually dislike 10 as much, and then he took that back again.
What did I ever say that I didn't dislike? Whatever.
So I was going to say, the next thing I want to say is why I still like Final Fantasy, even after, all the divisive opinions of 13 during the PS3 era. Going into 15, the combat is the complete opposite of what it's always been. It's more action oriented with hints of RPG mechanics.
Wait, what are you even talking about?
15. Final Fantasy.
You said 13, bro.
Did I? Mm-hmm. Well, I meant 15. So 15 is very different in that aspect, but I feel like a lot of its story vibes and the characters and just the overall feel of the game is harkening back to a lot of what Final Fantasy used to be. A lot of dark themes, and just kind of like a dark story and a lot of sadness there's a lot of sad stuff in Final Fantasy, like with the 7 Eris dying.
Yeah.
In 6, aren't like all the Espers like basically imprisoned?
Yeah, it's been so long.
Yeah.
So,
This 10 Sin literally just fucking comes out of nowhere and wrecks entire villages, and there's just dead bodies everywhere. There's a lot of sadness in Final Fantasy, so I feel like there's a lot of that in 15, which sounds, I don't know, kind of emo. Being like, I love sad stuff.
No, but I mean, I don't even know if. Yeah, I mean, every great like story like covers all the bases. So there's sadness and there's everything and all that shit.
Then there's always the lighthearted moments, which is what the whole bro aspect of 15 is. Them all going on a bro trip together in a car, and they're all having fun and like camping and cracking jokes at one another. So it kind of has that lightheartedness to it too.
So okay, so you know more about 15 than I do.
Sure.
Is that going to be all the characters I've seen in trailers like those? And what is it, 4 dudes?
Yep, it's the main character, the prince, is Noctis. Then there's Prompto, who's the blonde one that apparently...
The cloud-looking motherfucker?
Yes, that hate.
That whiny-looking cloud-looking
Sure,
motherfucker?
the Japanese voice is very high-pitched, yes.
It's horrific.
Ignis is the one with the glasses.
How do you remember this shit?
There's only 4 of them, it's not that hard.
Dude, I already forgot both of them.
And then the one with the mullet is Gladiolus. So Noctis, Prompto, Ignis, and Gladiolus.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
okay.
Continue.
Yep. What the fuck was I even saying?
I don't know.
You
asked me
okay.
about characters.
Yeah, I asked is it just those 4 that you have
in your
as
party?
Your party the entire game?
Technically, no. There will be guest characters, but you don't control them.
Oh, that's bullshit.
So there will be a 5th character. Like there's I think it's Corleones is his name. He's like a general of the Insomnia army, which is Insomnia is where Noctis, the kingdom that he's from.
Yeah.
So Corleones joins you, and apparently, I think it's Iris is pronounced. Gladiolus has a little sister. I think she joins you, but I don't think she really does like any sort of intense fighting. Apparently, she just throws Moogles at people.
Yeah, like I don't particularly care. Like, hey, like it's an all male cast or whatever, but like that does kind of bum me out because I always used to have like some of the girl characters as like in my parties, and like they always, I don't know, I like it. It adds like a new dynamic to it and stuff. Like so, just having 4 dudes seems like it would get a little boring.
Yeah, a lot of people are throwing up the whole, sexist flag. Like, there's, a bunch of guys. Well, where's the girls? Why don't they want to put girls?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not taking that approach because it's like, hey, this is this person's story.
Right.
They're free to tell their fucking story. I don't care if it's a story about all dudes. It just, from a gameplay perspective and it just seems like it removes a level of...
So does it more bother you that you can't use them gameplay-wise? Because there's going to be...
Yes.
Okay.
I usually like having girls in my party.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess that's just a dumb thing.
No, I mean, because in 7, like, I always had Cloud and Tifa. And then the 3rd, I would exchange between 13 and Vincent. So
I would throw Yuffie on my team occasionally.
Yeah, I can stand Yuffie. Yuffie is my Prompto. I can't stand Yuffie. So.
No, she was annoying as shit. But
always stealing my damn materia.
But I don't know. It just feels like it takes out a level of variety to the characters.
I think that's why they're compensating so hard with the female characters that are in the game. So Luna, who's like sort of the main female, that's who Noctis is allegedly driving to go get married. Like they think that they're going on the road trip because they think that the arrangement for them to get married is happening. So they're driving to her.
Okay.
So Luna's the blonde one in the trailer I just showed you a second ago. She was the one fighting.
She was the one fighting in that hell looking area.
Yeah,
it looked like some scene out of fucking that bullshit Star Wars movie.
Yes,
fighting Anakin.
I have the high ground.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all that reminded me
of. But yeah, so she's like the main character. So it's like I don't know if she's like really considered like the love interest. Like I think there will be a love aspect to it, but like she's more than that. So she's
clearly it looked like there's some shit going on with her.
Yeah, so. And like she's gonna be very important. Gentiana is this dark-haired woman that you see hanging out with Luna, but we don't know much about her. But Tabata, who's the director of the game, has said that she's like super important. So a lot of people have like been speculating that like because 15 is a lot like 6, that there's a lot of inspirations coming from like the whole Espers. I think in 6 didn't Espers disguise themselves as humans?
Okay, fucking
Yeah, it's been a long time, but I think they did disguise themselves.
Don't you love getting our expert opinion on anything?
Listen, we're old men and we have shitty memories.
Yeah, I'll be more prepared at some point. No, I won't.
I think that's an
I'll pretend to be more confident about my bullshit next time.
Yes, exactly. I think that's an aspect that they, kind of go over in 6. And a lot of people think that in 15, they're kind of doing that too. Mm-hmm. So Gentiana is possibly actually a summon in disguise in a human body.
So what kind of backwards ass place are these people living that there's like arranged marriages, but they're driving like fresh cars across like what looks like
that's his dad's car. That's his dad's car.
But it looks like they're driving across like middle America.
I know.
It's like I've driven through fucking like Nevada and shit. No, not Nevada. Fucking like Utah and Nebraska and shit like that. And it looks like that from what I've seen in one of the.
Did you see Noctis?
Who the fuck is Noctis down? Oh,
he's the prince.
Gotcha.
Yes, exactly.
Bad joke. Awesome. Yeah. Cool.
No, I mean I get it. A lot of people are saying that that's what they don't like about it, that it looks too like modern and like real and Americanized.
That doesn't bother me. I just think that weird aspect, like there's arranged marriages, but they're in like this. But I suppose that happens in countries now anyway.
So are you aware that there's the Kingsglaive movie?
Yeah. No, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Oh, is that Final Fantasy 15 thing that they made? Yeah. I've heard about it.
If you're gonna play the game,
I heard that it's incomprehensible unless you know a lot about what Final Fantasy 15 story is when the game's not even out yet.
I agree. Yes, yeah.
which is a great way to start.
Yeah, no, I hear you. No, I agree because a lot of reviews are saying, "Oh no, it's fine. Even if you're actually not that into Final Fantasy, you'll enjoy the movie." And like, if you just like movies and you like cool looking action, then you probably be like, "Oh, that's kind of interesting," but you're not gonna really know what's going on.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly.
So it'd be kind of like watching Advent Children without knowing shit about Final Fantasy.
Advent Children is much worse.
Is it?
Yeah. The Kingsglaive movie definitely makes more sense.
Okay, because Advent Children, like I even know that story, and that's just like that looks fucking awesome, and that's all you get now.
He's fighting Bahamut, and that looks amazing, but I don't know why there's 3 guys in silver hair and they're talking about Mother. This is stupid.
Yeah, and all the main characters in 15 look like they would be in Advent Children.
Sure.
They look like fucking douchebags.
Well, like, the guy
they're
who
all wearing like fucking like leather pants and shit. Like I don't know the fuck's going on.
Well, Nomura is like the art director of like all the Final Fantasies from like 7 and up, isn't he? And he's the one that actually did Advent Children, I believe. So, and he's the one that actually created the concept for Versus, which then became 15. So, yeah. Where did this even? We went off on a tangent, but
it looks like America.
I was saying, I was saying that
dudes. I don't know.
Well, I still like the series because I feel like there's still potential there, and they still have heart and soul that they want to put into the series and keep making new things. And I appreciate them making new things instead of like all these people that complain that Final Fantasy is different and it sucks now. I'd rather have something different every time and have them at least try than just always.
I guess, but why don't you just do a game in a different series and keep Final Fantasy?
Because they want...
like I want a fucking overworld. I want fucking turn-based combat.
Sure.
And some magic system, some summon system. Like you can go crazy with everything else. I don't
care.
Magic
and
no, I know, but I hate fucking real-time action combat in an RPG.
I know. Well, and I think that's what's weird because it was gonna.
I don't even hate it. I just hate it in Final Fantasy.
No, I know, because I mean, it was gonna be an offshoot. It wasn't actually gonna be a mainline Final Fantasy, and then they just decided to still, to change it.
Yeah.
But well, it's because they probably had sunk enough money into it where they're like, we don't want to just cancel this outright, and people are still asking about it.
And when you put a number at the end of a game, it sells better than if you.
Yeah, obviously, especially 15.
Yeah.
I feel like there's still potential there, and I like that they try new things. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work.
No, that hasn't worked for the last 5, so we'll keep trying.
Per your opinion, but I think 15's going to turn it around, and I think it's going to go back to a lot of the roots of Final Fantasy when people don't actually realize that because they're just more fixated.
And I think you're dead wrong.
On, the combat being different.
Yeah, so. I don't have super high hopes for it.
Well, I mean, you also haven't been following it, though, because you...
No, I mean, I've seen trailers. I've seen...
I just showed you 2. Those are the trailers you saw.
No, I've seen trailers before. I pay attention at E3 and shit like that.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not super excited.
I think there's potential in the game, not only just being really good, but in general, like bringing... I want new gamers to come into the series because I want the series to still flourish. But a lot of older fans have kind of just given up on Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
it's not exactly
intelligent.
No, it's because it's not exactly what they want, and that's fine. If it doesn't have to be, I'm not saying it has to be, different every time. I just think that that's a good thing. I think it's good to flex, your creativity and try new things.
Yeah, I guess.
So
whatever.
So did you want to?
I mean, what more questions about? Well, all right. So 15, right? Like,
Yeah.
Are there anything like limit breakers at all? Anything like that? Is there a limit break system in some way?
I think I saw on like Reddit or something. Somebody had found.
So a reliable source.
Yeah, obviously. Well, there was screenshots, but it was in Japanese.
Because you can't fake those.
Yeah, no.
I don't even know what we're talking about. Just go.
There was leaked screenshots of the. I'm just gonna call it the sphere grid. There's an actual term for it.
Well,
the leveling
they showed
system.
that in the trailer. They showed
and I think at the very
upgrade system.
Yes, exactly. In the upgrade system, I think towards the very end of the upgrade system, there's going to be some like super moves or some moves that require a lot of AP to unlock. So I do believe that there's going to be limit breakers. So I'm not 100% sure. It could all be a complete lie. And
I'm just
photoshopped some pictures, and I don't know.
I just always hope they bring back the limit break system.
I mean, the combat in general kind of fucking looks like a constant limit breaker. Like Noxus is flipping through the air doing ridiculous
or it looks
things.
like Kingdom Hearts, but with real swords and stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
which a lot of people like Kingdom Hearts. So
fuck that.
You're gonna piss off a lot of 12-year-olds.
Fuck all you 12-year-olds. Why are you listening to this?
Or actually old men. It's either they're 12 now and they love Kingdom Hearts, or it's 30-year-old guys that are like, I love Sora.
I'm not even saying that. I'm actually probably looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3
more
than 15.
I mean, it looks like a Final Fantasy Disney movie. Like, it just looks really.
Well, I mean, that's what they've all been.
Yeah,
it looks.
But I'm saying it looks more Pixar-y now than it ever has.
Yeah.
So.
But I've always dug the style of those games, even if I didn't love playing them so much. Like, I love the concept of it. I love how they do it. It's very, very cool.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, whenever it comes out.
So how does Oh, all right. So in one of the trailers you showed me, it looked like they were like absorbing magic from things in the environment, like a la Final Fantasy VIII.
Yes.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
Ah.
Or that aspect is very similar. Yeah. So there'll be.
People hated that about 8. I didn't hate it that much. But
no, I actually liked it a lot because it kind of just lets you exploit the game, and I like exploiting the game.
But I like the materia system in 7 is still my favorite.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But I didn't hate 8's magic system.
No. But what's different, what the specific detail that's different is, so you draw them from these points, these crystals that are coming out of the ground.
Yep.
But you can actually mix and match them. So
what?
You can what? So you have to have like these vials. So you have to actually buy vials. So magic actually counts as like a consumable.
Yep, like it did in 8.
Yeah, exactly. And you throw it like almost like a grenade. So like this like sphere looking targeting thing pops up and you throw it. But you can mix like fire and ice and make like a certain spell.
Okay.
Or lightning and ice, but you can mix a potion in and make it do damage but also heal you.
So they added like a weird bullshit crafting system?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So there's some crafting with the magic, which I think is cool.
I mean, as long as they don't go too far with it.
I don't think it's going to be
fucking Minecraft Final Fantasy.
Well, no, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think a lot of people are going to like it because from when I've messed around with it in the demos and just like reading previews, actually targeting it on people is hard because not only does it cover a big area, but it actually just like if you cast ice, like the ground gets all frostbitty and everything.
Yeah.
And it actually can hurt you. So if your boys are like fighting dudes and you throw, ice.
Oh, so you're like at the blizzard of like how good the AI is at avoiding the shit that you're throwing.
So you kind of
sounds like it could be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's overpowered. So I think that's kind of, you throw it and you do a lot of damage at the cost of hurting your party.
Huh.
So at least from what I've seen, I mean, who knows what kind of combinations you could do that maybe prevents that, or if there's
maybe adding that potion in there makes it so it doesn't fuck up your game. But does it when you mix in a potion, like say you mix in a potion of that fucking fire and ice, does that heal the fucking enemy?
No, it's for you.
Oh.
It heals you. So so
it does have like an area of effect, and if you're standing in that area of effect, it'll still hurt them but heal you.
I think it just heals you. I don't know,
just regardless of even if
but you have to actually add the
of course but it's not part of that area of effect. You just get the results of it. Gotcha.
I think that actually is a good thing to point out. That's probably why they did that, because they probably assume people are going to get
fucked up by that shit.
They're fucking wrecking themselves, and you can at least heal yourself. So but
I mean, I'll probably play it.
I mean, if you don't, you don't. I mean, I'm going to. So
I mean, if for no other reason than to be
research?
able to talk shit
to
more authoritatively on this podcast.
There you go. Yeah, so you can be like Colin, just be a curmudgeon and be like, I played it for 5 hours, I have a solid opinion, I don't like it.
I'm nowhere near as intelligent as that man is, but I can talk shit with the best of them, I guess.
Yes. But yeah, I think it's cool, the magic system, but it's not going to be something that you use often because I think they do want to fixate on more of the
just the melee combat?
Yeah, the melee combat, so which I can get down with that, so.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We will see.
Yeah. Did you have anything else for me?
No, I mean, like, Cloud dude looked like a douchebag. You can switch characters. You can't really. They kind of roll characters through.
Well, so hold on, but to go to that though, so you do play as Noctis only, but there's a.
Yep.
Yeah, you play as Noctis only, but there's a meter that you build up as you're either taking damage or applying damage to enemies, and you can make your buddies do like a special move.
And that sounds like fun.
Yeah. So like Gladiolus, for instance, will throw, because he uses daggers. So like say there's 5 enemies around you, he'll throw a dagger at each one.
So they're literally always doing their own thing?
Yeah.
Is it even
except when you're telling them to do something specific.
But I mean, can you tell them, like, is it like Final Fantasy 13, how you can kind of like assign them a role? Or are they just doing their thing? Can you tell them to be more aggressive? Can you tell them to be more defensive? Like, can you have any control over them at all?
That I don't know, because I don't think they've shown anything in that.
What about what happens in the demos? You played the demos, right?
Yeah. It's only, I mean, it's the beginning of the game, so it's only been that special move that you do.
So literally they're autonomous. They're choosing to do...
Yeah.
Fuck.
But you can also tailor their skills to be different from, like, say you pick certain abilities in your skill tree. I can do a different skill.
So you're still leveling them up.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're still
so they can have certain abilities.
Direction they go in terms of
like my guy might have certain abilities that you're.
But I have no control over when they use them.
Yes.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it does.
Can't wait.
I know. Well, they're gonna they're
back to the roots.
They're doing DLC. Yeah, they're doing DLC where you're gonna actually play as each individual.
Ooh, I can buy more shit.
Yeah.
On a game I don't even give a fuck about now.
Yeah,
cool.
Exactly.
That's cool.
I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Did they DLC the ability to control multiple characters?
Yes.
There'll be a woman character as DLC.
Actually, they did say that Luna is a possibility. But it's actually like story content. So like it'll be like, oh, like what is Gladiolus off doing? Like they've shown screenshots and it looks like he's like in this weird hellish place.
So like single player side stuff. Like,
yes,
I gotcha.
And then there's gonna be 3, 1 for each, of your bros, and then there's gonna be a 4th where it's actually co-op. So like you and I could co-op it up.
Sweet.
You could play as your boy Prompt.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because I'm not gonna let you play as anyone else except for Prompt.
Fine.
So that's a thing that's gonna happen afterwards. But yeah, you're playing as Noctis. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
That comes out
that comes out in 9 days.
9 days, right? Yeah.
9 days. It comes out November 29th.
I have a bet with the kid at work that it wasn't going to come out. I'm going to owe him $20. Fucking Colin fucking steered me wrong. He was like, that game ain't coming out. And I was like, I will place that bet.
That's what you get for betting on a curmudgeon.
No, that's true.
So
that's true.
But I mean, that whole delay before was pretty embarrassing. Yeah.
I assume they would just push it. I mean, it was already the end of November. I figured they'd at least just push it back a couple months. Hopefully they do.
I
Fuck
think
everyone looking forward to that game. I don't want to lose $20. I hope that shit gets pushed.
No, it's already out in the wild. There's places in Peru that has it already.
Well, shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I get
so
it.
it's physically done.
So I'll be paying that kid some money.
That's what you get. You could have used that $20 to buy the game.
No, or for the DLC. Put it towards the DLC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So did you have any other questions?
Shut the fuck up. I would have asked you. That's basically it.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of not having an overworld in Final Fantasies, but that's a rant to go on some other time. Yeah.
Well, even the other one that came out, which I don't even think I even asked you at all about. Are you aware of World of Final Fantasy?
Yeah. I'm aware that it exists.
Even that doesn't really have an overworld or a world map. I mean, it does, but like you fly around it.
Not like Final Fantasy 7 style. I want to walk around the world map.
Yeah. No, I know. Well, Type 0 did have it.
I never played that.
Okay. Yeah, Type 0 did have a world map, but it was very barren. It's not.
I never fucked with any of the non-numbered.
Yeah.
Final
Well,
Fantasy.
Tabata actually is the one that did Type 0, which is why also I'm excited for 15, because the story in Type 0 is like super dark.
Okay.
Super, super dark. Like the CG intro.
See, like the older I get, the less I like dark stories. I just want like something happy.
Yeah.
Not make me reflect on my life.
Yeah. I need to know how to feel something.
Yeah.
I need the dark stories so I feel like I'm a person. I can feel emotions.
I got too many. I just want fucking bubbly bullshit. That's why I want Kingdom Hearts.
You should play World of Final Fantasy because that shit is bubbly as fuck. I mean, your characters are literally chibi.
Yeah, no,
they're chibi characters, and there's chibi chocobos.
Yeah, I haven't really played much of anything lately.
No, that's fine.
I'm an old man.
Whether you play 15 or not, I'll play 15, and I'll have.
I will just so I can talk a little bit more shit.
Sure. All right. Well, I'm glad you want to throw $60 down so you can talk shit.
For the people,
I appreciate it.
For the people, Freitas, I will do that.
All the people, all
of you,
all of them. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't really specifically have any.
No, this can be the end of this.
Thoughts at the moment.
We can call it a day.
I actually forgot to mention in the beginning. I'm sorry about the audio quality.
I'm not.
Is very obviously bad. We are just.
I did this. This is my fault.
It is your fault. We just have the one mic that I brought.
So we're like cheek to cheek.
Yeah. So it definitely sounds echoey, and I apologize for that. Obviously, the future we won't have that issue.
We will. I ain't buying shit.
And maybe at some point we might do this in video form, but obviously
we will
for
absolutely do it in video form.
Yeah, for now it's just going to be audio. So because that's
from
just
my
easier.
kitchen table.
Yes, exactly. This with the Metroid Super Metroid poster.
I got some tasteful Metroid art.
Yeah, we'll put some.
I am a man child.
We'll put some Lulu art up next time, her and all her belts.
Nope.
So you don't have anything else for me?
No, I mean we can keep this short and sweet for the first one. I don't know how long we've been going for.
It's been about 50 minutes.
Oh shit, not short and sweet at all.
Well, so pretty close to what I wanted.
Well, long and terrible then.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna try to edit this, put it together, and then I can actually finally throw this up, and we'll actually have something. So that will be cool.
So enjoy it, motherfuckers.
Yeah, so thanks, Brendan, for being here.
No problem.
With me in your kitchen.
Anytime when I have the time.
And thank you for sharing with me your time and all that fun stuff. So
you're welcome.
I guess that will be the end of that.
Yeah, I hope you didn't hate it too much. If you did, fuck you.
Yeah. you can comment below on the YouTube page or the Facebook.
I probably won't read them or listen to this or join the group or know who any of you are.
Exactly. All right, so. See ya.